opposing passes are hard.
Yeah.
It's like you have a split second to look at the right location and your brain grab the right piece of data before you need to be looking somewhere else. And it was one of the hardest things to learn, to get that pacing down. And then once you're on time and you're like, as a lead solo, I would be making radio calls, and number 6 would be queuing off of those to see if he was ahead or behind. So he would be making throttle adjustments if he could a little bit, or if it was something bigger than he could adjust just with his left hand, he would make a radio call and be like, 5, push it up, or 5, pull it back. All this is happening in about 14 seconds. And then your visual as well. And so you have the radio calls, you have the timing. End game, though, you're just seeing that other jet, and number 5 is just flying on heading, on airspeed, on altitude. Number 6 is offsetting slightly and high slightly, so that the person on the ground who's looking up sees number 5 on the inside, number 6 on the outside. Like think about it as a triangle. It looks like they pass through each other, but we're offset.
Yeah.
And we don't have a specific distance that we're targeting. We're trying to just make it look like the jets are the same size. So if number 6 is too far away, his jet will look tiny compared to number 5's, and you're like, oh, you got to be closer. I do tell a story in my book about when number 6 got too close and almost hit me, which is the scariest moment I've ever had in an airplane. Yeah, but it's all eyeballs.
Do we need to wait for the book, which we'll talk about, or can you give us a little primer?
I can for sure give you a preview. So it's like one of those stories I haven't told on social media or on a stage because it's complicated. And you have to know a lot of like the different language and stuff. I talked about outs, where we each have our side that's safe. So
right.
We kind of already teed this up. So this happened while I was number 5. It's training season. I'm a brand new number 5, and I'm training a brand new solo who came from the F-22 world. Like, doesn't have a ton of hours in the F-16. Great pilot, great guy, but he's just learning. And as we all are when we're brand new to being a solo, we've been working on our opposing passes, and he's really far away from me. Right, his jet looks tiny compared to mine because survival instinct.
Right.
You're flying straight at another airplane, and coming from the CAF, we have a 500-foot bubble. A good hit, you're probably passing 70 feet from each other, I would say.
A good hit meaning a good pass.
Yeah, where it looks good to the crowd.
Right,
It's
okay.
good
Yep.
visual hit.
Okay.
So that is very stinking close. And so I had briefed him beforehand. I'm like, hey, you need to get a little bit closer. I had the same experience when I was 6, and my number 5 had told me the same thing. So this is the posing inverted. So I am upside down, still trying to acquire that visual that we just talked about. He's right side up. I'm upside down. I'm still doing all the radio calls, the smoke on, all that stuff. We see each other, so we don't abort because we're blind. We see each other, so we should be good. Because we pass so close together, and he's pointed straight at me, it is normal for him to be in the middle of my HUD at distance. Like, it's not like he's going to be way offset to one side because he's passing so dang close. So I see him, everything's normal, and then there's this split second moment where I realize I should be seeing that line of sight where he starts to move to the right side. Actually, it was the left side because I was upside down, but where he starts to drift to the side he's going to pass on.
Sure.
Imagine like a car coming down the highway in the distance. You just see it's a speck getting closer, and then all of a sudden as it passes, it's like breakneck, passes you super fast. And that line of sight's not happening. So I'm like, oh shit, he is not offset at all. Like, he's pointed straight at me. And the time that I recognize that what I'm seeing is not what I should be seeing to the time that we pass each other is like 2 seconds. It's so small. But in my mind, I go through temporal distortion where the world slows down and I have all these thoughts. I'm like, I should say something. No, there's not time to cue the radio. I'm not going to key the mic. The time to get the words out of my mouth and him hear them too long. Then I'm like, I should abort to my side. I should rudder to my side. That's the safe space. I am upside down over brown, featureless desert north of Las Vegas. Our show line is a row of Connex containers. My safe side is the side that the crowd is on. There's no one out there. This is practice. There's nothing out there. There's like a dirt road that you can't even really see when you're that low. So then I'm like, I don't know for sure what side is my side. Because when you're inverted, like as I just said, I was like, he moves to the right. Wait, no, that would have been my left because I was upside down. It's just very disorienting in that split second. So I'm like, I should move to my side. I don't know what my side is. If I move to his side by accident, I will kill us. Because that's where we both go the same direction at the same time. So I decide I'm going to not move, and he surely will fly around me. His airplane got so big in my HUD. I've never seen another jet that big in my HUD that was not going the same direction as me before. And then he disappeared under the nose of the airplane, under my feet, above me. And I closed my eyes for a second, and I'm still alive, and I don't know how close we passed. And he doesn't know how close we passed.
Was there some sort of telemetry later that you could measure?
There's like no sensors that...
But you didn't hit.
We did not hit each other. It could have been... I mean, I don't think it was inches because I think I would have like felt it more if it was, but it was way closer than normal feet. That is by far the closest call I've had in the jet. That would have, like, there's no saving it. Had we hit each other, we're both just done, right? It's just a big ball of fire. Ugh. I'm supposed to say, solos, ready, hit it. And on the hit it, I roll right side up. He rolls upside down, and we have that good hit, not literally, where it looks like our jets are, 90 degrees of bank passing through each other. I don't even make that radio call. And then I just, like, roll upright eventually, and eventually I call fives clear. So there were, like, 3 radio calls that I normally would make, but I was just, like, shocked into silence for a second. And then I clear behind the show line, and so many thoughts go through my head of, like, I'm mad, I'm scared, what should I do now? Like, should we just go home? Mm-hmm. What do I say on the radio? And then I compose myself, and I'm like, all right, no more opposing passes for the day. Let's set up for our individual maneuver. And we, like, flew 8 points and aileron rolls and all that stuff for the rest of the flight, and went back and landed. And we salvaged the rest of the training. And when we landed, I didn't even need to be mad at him because he was like, he felt so bad. He knew what happened. Like, as soon as we landed, he was like, I'm so sorry. He came over, and we looked at the tapes. We talked about what he was seeing, and he just misjudged. He was just like, he thought he was close before, and when I said you need to be closer, he's like, well, maybe it's supposed to look like this. And he found the inside of it. But he actually got really good at opposing passes really fast after that because he knew what the limit was the other direction. And him and I are really good friends. He knows I tell this story. He knows it's in the book.
Sure.
That was scary.
Yeah.
And it's burned into my brain. Like,
it was a traumatic event.
It was a traumatic event.
Yeah.
I can see exactly every little part of it.
Goodness.